Busy day yesterday in Austin, a lot of it ceremonial with elected leaders from across Texas, including those elected in the Brazos Valley, returning for the 84th legislative session. News 3's Clay Falls was at the state capitol for the opening. He spoke to a number of folks. After years of representing the region in the state house, Lois Kolkhorst won a special election to fill a vacant seat in the Senate to represent Washington and Burleson counties, among others. The Brenham Republican talked with us about the big priorities for her.
The revenue estimate is $113 billion. Our revenue cap is $107 billion on general revenue. So that's the number you need to be looking at. In that budget, we need to address certainly transportation being a top priority. We need to consider public education, border security, things that are very important. I'm fresh off the campaign trail. I've listened to the people and know that these are three of the top priorities. For my region and my area, water continues to be a big issue. We've got growing areas, the need to secure water for the next 50 years. We'll be working on water legislation and water policy as well.
With Kolkhorst out as the state rep for Burleson, Grimes, and Washington counties, among others, a new representative is needed, and yesterday was election day for District 13 in the House. As we told you last night at 10, there will be a runoff between Republicans Carolyn Cerny-Bilski and Leighton Schubert. Bilski is the Austin County judge. Schubert is an attorney out of Caldwell. They were the top two vote getters in that four-person race, but because nobody earned 50% of the vote, there's a runoff between those two. Governor's office will announce a date after the counties canvass their elections and send the results to the state. Republican Charles Schwertner of Georgetown will continue to represent the majority of the Brazos Valley in the Senate. He's the chairman of the Health and Human Services Committee this session and laid out his goals to Clay yesterday.
Well, we need to live within our budget, pass a balanced budget without raising taxes. I'd like to see our property homeowners get some tax relief. So I think that's very important. Border security and also transportation. These are big issues for the state of Texas.
What do you think about, there's of course new leadership every year, but this year we have a new governor, new lieutenant governor, new attorney general, quite a few heads of state that are changing. Your thoughts on just a fresh set of folks?
Well, it's exciting to have new leadership up and down on the statewide offices. It's important. We're going to find a way forward. I'm very optimistic with having Governor Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick.
John Rainey of College Station will continue to represent most of Bryan College Station in the Texas House for a second session. Here are some of the things that he is looking to work on.
I'm sure we'll have some gun bills, and we'll probably have some kind of an abortion bill. Don't know what those will be. I will be supportive of some of that, and some of it I won't be. We'll just have to see how it's written. The major things are always going to be water, transportation, and education. And the issue that I'm looking at right now that's important to our district is TRBs, or tuition revenue bonds, that help build new facilities on campus. We haven't had any tuition revenue bonds in about 5 sessions, I think, and we came close to getting those passed last session. I kind of think that that'll probably be a priority of this legislature. Transportation is something that concerns me personally. We have spent money for 10 years or so using bonded indebtedness, and those bonds are gone. They're spent. We have to start repaying those. And we passed legislation, and the voters voted on a constitutional amendment that allow a portion of the oil severance tax to go into the highway fund. And we're going to do some other things that will make the highway fund more transparent. Probably we'll take the DPS funding out of the transportation fund.
Like Rainey, Kyle Cassell returns to the House for a second session. He represents rural portions of Brazos County, along with all of Robertson and parts of 3 other counties to the north. Cassell talked about the re-election of Joe Straus as House Speaker yesterday and why he voted in favor of returning Straus despite opposition from 19 House members.
The economy and the way the state of Texas has gone, the House has done incredible work over the last few sessions. We need Speaker Straus's leadership at this time as we have all new statewide elected officials. The House will be at the position to lead, and we need it to remain constant. And I think it was a good vote and obviously a good, strong candidate for Speaker. Joe Straus is an incredible leader.
And tomorrow, Governor Rick Perry will address a joint session of the House and Senate as he prepares to leave office. We will carry that speech live at KBTX.com again 2:30 tomorrow, and we'll recap it here on this broadcast.